Dave, welcome, and thanks for patiently waiting at the backstage. Yeah, but
Oh,
backstage from your living room. Yeah.
yes, yeah, backstage is great. We have good snacks.
So Dave, I think we covered in terms of the challenges. Maybe we start off with your inspirational story. What is the
Yeah,
inspirational story you want to share?
so unfortunately, I can't mention the name of the company yet, but because they're still working out press releases and everything. But it's very similar to what Jean-Marc spoke about. Um, One of the big challenges that people faced were around, normally you'd release an RFP. You can't release an RFP because you got to go quickly. The process to approve spending had to also be circumvented. And then lastly, worrying about if we go to a cloud platform, which this company did, are we going to have the same parity in features and capabilities? But the reality, in faced with this company, they provide a service. They have retail shops, so people can go in and get technical support, or they can also go in and work out their bills, pay their bills, and ask questions and so forth. And shops were shut instantly, so they had to figure out how are we going to service our customers, or risk losing the customers, having them go to somewhere else. So what they did is, Genesys had an offer that we basically said, yeah, go to cloud. It's prescriptive. Just get voice. We'll get it up in a couple of days. And a lot of organizations took us up, including this one company. And so we did. We had it up in about 48 hours, just over 48 hours. And they were, they very quickly tested it and said, yep, okay, we can have voice quality from home. And they were able to start to rotate their people who are normally in the front of house, taking first off to take, calls. Yes, we're here. Ask your calls and ask your questions and things. And then they could start to introduce things like skills and so forth to say, yep, we can handle your billing questions and we can do technical support to make sure that you're able to interact with us. And at the end of the day, the customer has said, thank you very much. You've helped us save about 1,200 jobs, because otherwise, again, in that downturn, they would have been forced to basically lay people off. And instead, they're turning it into a positive, because now they're looking at, okay, what's next? How do we continue this going forward? And, when we look at what's the new normal, we're looking at what is next in terms of how we service. How do we make sure now that the customer expectation in terms of customer experience progresses? So with this customer, we've already kind of trimmed back on the experience that they had from a contact center perspective, but customers were okay because it was right to the point in terms of the service that they were getting. And so now they're looking at other types of channels and things like that.
Excellent.